terminal setup as Petroex or PIDX relevant. Once a setup is flagged as PIDX or Petroex relevant, every bill of lading that will find this setup will also be flagged as PIDX or Petroex relevant too, and that bill will be sent out to the relevant recipient. Now I'm going to show you how you can find a terminal setup and how you can flag it as PIDX relevant. To do that, we go to the terminal setup transaction. Let me go to another session here. I'm going to go back. You can access the terminal setup transaction via a transaction code shown here. Double click on the transaction code. At this point, you can search for a terminal setup / allocation setup. I happen to know a number, so I'm going to plug the number here, the number of the setup or the allocation setup number. Hit execute, and it found this particular setup here. Let me select the setup and hit change, and you can see the setup here. This is basically a setup for a particular card number. This card number is going to pick up from this particular terminal. This is the sold to and shipped to. This is the unconverted product code. This is the SAP code, and so on. To flag this setup as PIDX relevant, the important field to flag is the company ID. This PIDX company ID flags this setup as being Petroex relevant. And the significance of the PIDX company ID, it essentially specifies the mailbox of the recipient on the Petroex system. So I'm going to do the drop down here. You can pick a recipient, for example, benchmark. Okay. By doing this, I've just specified that this particular setup is PIDX relevant. It's saved, by the way. So now every time a bill of lading that will arrive and find this setup, it will also be flagged as PIDX relevant, and it will go to company ID B5.